session, but the past sessions are online. You'll be able to share to your colleagues who are not able to come here today. You can see how the day has gone so fast. In the morning, it appeared like it's going to be many hours, but we are shocked that it appears like we've just done 30 minutes. It's because you've been attentive, you've been interactive, and we like it. This is Daring Abroad Investment Forums from Australia. We will go to, can see them up there, to Europe. We'll be in the UK during the first weekend of May. Then a city called Mines. Mines will be plugging into a nurses event. Nurses from Africa will be gathering in Mines during the second weekend of May. From Mines, we fly to the US. We do 5 series in the US, then wind up in Canada. So those will be with us. When we leave Kenya during the second week of May, tutakuwa Maju until beginning of July. So you can see it's a movement, and you've just kick-started this movement. We are glad that you are part of the beginning. As I prepare the next session, I'm just reminding Kenmar, you will have your moment. Veronica Osare, you'll have your moment. We've not forgotten about you. And we have our other partners who we will represent, including Wilston Homes and Herencia. So we've just remained with a few. We will not have the panel discussion on investment opportunities because that, I think, has been tackled. So we'll have only one remaining, and I think I can manage in a half an hour once we begin, so that you have enough time to interact with our investors. DJ Nafti, sijui ni nini ulikuwa unataka kutuandalia, sijui ni Vaida, sijui ni nini, sijui iko tayari, na sijui kama watu watacheza kweli after lunch and coffee. Mimi sitacheza kwa tai. Yeah. Yes. Si ukuje mbele, nasikia tu kwa background. Mi sijui hiyo maneno. DJ. Yanza uninde na njelele titi kalundo. Yanza uninde na njelele titi kalundo. Si utuchoche. Baida, mwana inyanya, mwana magere. Kuja huku kidogo. Come. You belong here. DJ Nafti in the house. Reminds me my days at KBC. Ujambo mtazamaji na karibu kwa kipindi hiki cha muziki wa kuongoa muziki unaoletwa kwako na Alex Chamwada. Nafikiri ukiwa hapo nyumbani ni msimu wa kupanda mahindi, lakini wacha tuachilie mavitung. Sasa DJ amesema tumwachie nafasi yake kesho, tusiondoe uhondo. Sasa nimekubali. Tutakutana na yeye kesho. Kiswahili changu pia ni mufti, si Kiswahili kibaya vile. Nilianza utangazaji wangu katika lugha ya Kiswahili pale KBC idhaa ya kitaifa. Jina langu ni Alex Chamwada na tunaendelea na matangazo. Asanteni. Yes, I think we are getting ready. I was buying time for Jomo. 1 minute. I know I may forget, but just come for 1 minute. Kuna kesho pia. And the value with this interaction is we began 2 days earlier. The sponsors who've been here have had their time interact with you guys. They'll have maybe 2 more days before they fly to Adelaide. Jomo ndio mgeni wetu kesho, na tunataka tu atuambie kwa dakika moja. Wewe unajua tu kuchoma nyama, huwezi kuongea sana kama mimi. So usiongee sana. Karibu Jomo.
Asante. Yeah. Good evening, good afternoon. My name is Jomo from Choma Zone, and I will start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land that we gather here this evening. We pay respect to the past, present, and future elders. Yangu ni kuwakaribisha kesho for the Family Culture Day. You make sure you dress your best in your Kenyan attire. will be your host. Will be at Chomazon, but not the Nolamara Bowling Club, but just opposite. So it's the same actually address at the field. So mkuje with empty stomachs, we will cater that for you, the central government. So karibuni sana, will be there. And DJ, umesikia DJ amesema tumgoje kesho. So it's going to be a day of fun. Thank you and thanks a lot, daring abroad.
Asante. Jomo? Yeah. Tumpigie makofi. Aya. You better bring enough nyama. So, wow, I'm excited. I'm excited about this. Before I proceed, allow me to introduce Mr. Ademba. You know, life is not just about money, investing in a bank, investing in a circle, buying property. There is more than that, you know. How, again, do we just take care about our lives? How do we transform our lives? And not just about the dollar, the shilling. Mr. Ademba, we have a minute to give us a breather on the other side of life and tell us your full names and the organization you represent.
Daniel Ademba Pate, and I'm the founder of Insure. Insure will be hosting surgical missions every year, and this year we are partnering with the county of Busia. We are working with the governors in Kenya. Please, if you have any skill and talent, from being a medical skilled professional to being a tradie to being hands-on, I welcome you to Insure. We're going to be having a beautiful gala on the 18th of May. Only 130 seats at the Duxton Hotel. Come so that we can transform lives together. We have invested back home, but it's time for us Australians to have a niche. And our niche will not only be Miguda, it will be transforming lives. So kwa hivyo, asante sana, Alex. And to all of us, I look forward. Kindly jump onto our website and grab a ticket. Only 130 tickets remaining. Asante sana.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ademba. Let's clap for him. Great. Yeah. I would like to recognize Kyla Kachila. Are you still here? Kachila, they left, or she's outside. Get Kyla if she's still outside. I'll come to her and say why. I wanted to introduce her. Now, remember, these forums would be incomplete without what we call public participation. So even abroad, you know what it is all about, and I think you've done so much for yourselves in these countries abroad through public participation. You have forums, and by the way, we are glad to let you know that we've traveled around the world, but we are impressed with the unity and the organization among Kenyans in Australia. I don't want to say where we went and it was chaotic, you know. They just transported our Kenyan style, I'm sorry, to, that's not for quoting. But guys, you are united, you are intact, and that can be felt. Even when I was here in 2019, you speak to each other. Yesterday I enjoyed Nyama Choma with a group of about 200 Kenyans, and I can see, we can feel. So you are able to even speak with one voice, and one appeal from the government and parliament is that can you participate in what is happening back home? You can influence policy back home. You can speak to parliament back home. And from Adelaide, again, we'll have a representation from the National Assembly. So the point is, while you are here, just remember back home, put up your memo, meet and say, there is this bill coming up in Parliament. How can we participate in that bill? I was waiting to see Kachila, but maybe she's left. She's brought together a group of 12 girls who are under 18. I think she's 16. And they've written this book, which is about their experiences abroad at that young age. Let's clap for them. Yeah, so pass the message. I think the family was here. Maybe they may have left, but tell them I've recognized them, and that's good. So that how can we have our young minds? How can we have our youth also beginning to just appreciate life abroad? And this is like, try to pass it to the next generation. It's an appealing book, just the challenges and, how life has changed amid the social media. Social media has its advantages and disadvantages, and how can we remain, Kenyan while you are still abroad. So this is a very interesting book, and well done to Kachila from, I think, Taita Taveta. Well done. Next is, without wasting much time, because we'll come to the panel discussion, Kenmar. Kenmar, part of our partners. We are glad you made it. We are glad the entire team got visas. And we are proud that I think the nature of the event, most of the partners who applied for visas were able to get visas. I was told it's not nowadays easy, whichever country, USA, and that's a good sign. It shows it's a sign of credibility. Karibu, George. Utajiintroduce mwenyewe, and if you do it in 3 minutes, the shorter, the sweeter, we'll appreciate. Karibu.
Thank you. Habari zenu. Jambo. How are you? My name is Dr. George Chege, the founder and the CEO of Kenmar Realtors Limited. So we began the journey of going to diaspora about 6 years back. And when we went to diaspora, there are 3 things we identified. And the 3 things formed why we exist. Point number 1 is there is always issue of trust, trusting people back home, even to do the small errands for you. Number 2, we identified most of the people in diaspora, the reason why you fear investing back home is because you are not even sure if that money will go the right cause. Number 3, back home, we identified that most of you have invested in off-plan kind of investment, but they don't materialize. So what did we do? Because for us to have a niche in the diaspora, we had to ask ourselves, what can we do to solve the problems, the issues in diaspora? And we came up with a solution. Tell your neighbor a genius model. Tell your neighbor a genius model. Hey, talk to your neighbor. Tell your neighbor a genius model from Kenmar. So the genius model is this. For us, after analyzing the diaspora and looking at the problem that all of you face here, we came up with a model, and this is a model. For us, we decided we are going to sell properties, but we cannot sell what we don't own. So we own a property 100%. We transfer the same property into our names, like what you see there is in our names. After transferring to our names, we got the next level. We subdivide. Everything has a title. And then we can launch the project to the diaspora. Number 2, after doing all that, we get to a place where instead of buying an off-plan kind of a model, we build. After building, we come to present something which is almost ready. Like the apartment that you see there, we are 85% built. So meaning everything has been done. The only thing remaining is painting and maybe those wardrobes and all that. So the reason is we want every other diaspora to know, as you invest with us, Kenmar Realtors, your money is secure. We came up with the third thing. We came up with a policy. We call it 21 days money back guarantee. Any person who invests with us, after completion of payment, you have your title transferred to your name within 21 days. And we don't just say it, we put it in the agreement. In the contract that you sign, we put it in there. The reason why is because I know you are used to many people giving you stories, but for us, we bring facts on the table. The fourth thing we do, for all our projects that we have, we don't promise people to do value additions. We do them before selling. So if today we go to our project, for example, in Kitengela Paradise, you already find that all the value addition has been done, yet you are launching the project. The reason is because we want to be true to our word. We are not over-ambitious, because some of us, we get over-ambitious. And that is the reason why most of the people we get disappointed. So I want our media there to play some of the clips of our project that we have, all the way from Malindi. We have accessibility to the beach. We have project as near as 200 meters to the beach. That is Beach Life Malindi. For a plot is going for only 4 million, Bob. And you have up to 6 months. And if you talk to us nicely, we can even give you 1 year. You can see the area, you can see how the beach is close. At 4 million bob only, you enjoy beach life. In Malindi, we have Konza. We have one of a huge project in Konza City. I think one of the speakers mentioned about Konza. Konza, we are just right next to Konza SGR station, only at 650. And all our projects, we have ready title deed. That is the station, you can see it there for the SGR. Those people who have used SGR, you know. We have another project also in Malindi. We are calling Luxurious Beach. It's about 700 meters to the beach. It's a walking distance. You can see very well developed neighborhood within the project, and it's a ready title. You can see the area is very clearly waiting for your home. People are building. That is Malindi. We have another award-winning project called Kitengela Paradise, and this is where who have settled. This is the Karen of Kitengela, so you can make a choice of joining them there. So you can see the development. We are only 100 meters from tarmac. Ready title deeds is there for individual plots. So we have quite, this is Taji Gardens in Nanyuki, and the amount that we are selling Nanyuki, you can just pay one time via M-Pesa, 299,000, and you have your title all inclusive. Are we together? So make sure you don't waste your money on and you can see the area how it is, very good, well built, neighborhood is very good, accessibility is okay. Nanyuki is known for tourism. You can see the building all over within the area. So, and we still have more properties that we have to offer. So please give us the QR code. You can scan that QR code, talk to us. You can just scan it there, talk to us, let us know any property you need. Another thing that we do as I finalize is that we build on behalf. If you're in diaspora, you want anything built in Kenya, from apartment, residential homes, commercial building, that is what we do. And we have experience. We have built more than 50 homes for people in diaspora, and precisely from America. So see us outside there, and God will bless you. Thank you, Alex.
Amazing. Thank you. Patrick, do we have Wilston Homes? Wilston Homes.
Thanks, everyone. I'm Egidio Kinyanjui Getao, the managing director of Wilston Homes. For the 5 years that we've been in this business has been quite tremendous. Having done 14 handover in a row, 7 in around Kagudo Road, and 7 around Thika Road, with the most recent one being on 24th of February 2024, Windsor Ridge, Court B, 65 new home owners. Don't fail to visit our desk on this Daring Abroad Australian tour, whereby you'll be briefed about what it is Wilston is all about, what we have to offer, and most definitely the success story of becoming a homeowner. As we always say, Wilston is home bila maneno mingi.
Mnaona hao hawana maneno mengi. Yeah, wamepitisha message bila maneno mengi. Well done, Wilston Homes. I know you are watching us online. You are well represented. We have many partners. We really appreciate, and Wilston Homes is one of our partners. They've supported Daring Abroad. This is the second year. We were in the US with them last year as we benchmarked this series. So Wilston Homes, bila maneno mengi, asante sana. We are about to wind up with the representations. Patrick, if you have Herencia, kindly, and I think it's as short as Wilston Homes. Herencia, if trying to present this like a TV presenter, clip after clip, and introducing off the cuff.
This is a futuristic gated community located on Bob Harris Road in Thika. The project has been carefully designed and master planned by Benva Estates Limited.
saw it. We had a punchline from a student who has invested or is investing while he's still here. Torrance, is it? You see here, very well done. That topic was quite timely, away from the ordinary. We'll have more discussions tomorrow, and to make it easy, tomorrow will not be so technical, but remember, investors from both Australia and Kenya, you'll be there also to make more presentations. And I have a quick announcement that some of the investors we've represented here have their materials behind there. Patrick, just turn back, look at Patrick's hand. You can pick some of the materials later on as you leave the room. So the materials are there. We've been able to represent them. That, of course, Australia being far and some had no time, I've been lucky to be represented by Chams Media. So well done. Veronica, I'll come to you. And allow me to just have one more clip. Guri Build. So Guri Build, again, they build for you. They are not a developer. So let's listen to Guri. Not ready? Okay. We have one more clip. There are two, and then we go to Veronica. I'm sure, Veronica, you are set. You had that moment in the morning, and you gave us the appetizer. So just prepare, we'll come to that. Veronica, kindly come speak to us and tell us what Oscare is all about. And there are some who are asking about options education, whether they have offices in Kenya. Yes, they have offices in Nairobi, Eldoret, and I think other cities. And as we speak, Helen Maria has been in Kenya marketing options education. So yes, you can find them in Kenya, and I think their details are on the website. Vero has done well in investing here and back home. So Veronica, come give us your presentation in 3 minutes. Uko tayari? Then we'll wind up with a panel discussion. Karibu. Yeah, it's your turn. Oh, it's a PowerPoint, yes. So you give Veros a PowerPoint presentation. Patrick, karibu.
Thank you, Alex. Good afternoon, Kenyans and Australians, and people watching us around the world. I want to acknowledge Oscare Group respectfully acknowledges the traditional custodians of the land on which we stand, the Nyunga people. We pay our respect to the elders, past, present, and emerging. So, you know, Australia, the first nation, the people, are the Aboriginal. So we have to respect the owners of the land. And that's the reason why Kenyans who are not Kenyan, who don't live in Australia, that's how we always pay our respect to those original Australians, and they've given us this opportunity. So my name is Veronica Dubois. My kids are at the background waving. So I'll tell you about myself. I'm a mother of two, a wife. I'm a civil servant. I'm a registered nurse and midwife, and I'm employed with the Department of Health of Australia. I am an entrepreneur, and I've been in Australia for the last 23 years. So Alex said I came here when I was 20. I guess everyone can do some maths, my age. So I came in Australia very young, full of energy, and I was very glad to leave Kenya away from my parents during my early age. And I went to Notre Dame University. I used to be in Nairobi University doing vet medicine, but I hated vet. That's not what I was meant to be. That was not me. And I decided to take the pathway of my mother. My mom is a nurse. My dad is a doctor. And I came to Australia, Notre Dame, to do my undergraduate of nursing. We were the second group of nursing students. We were only around 30 students during my time. But I guess Notre Dame has grown and has hundreds of nursing students passing through that college, that university. So as a nurse, and I said, I had the blood of business because my parents used to own a clinic, a pharmacy in Mombasa, Kenya. And when I came to Australia, my lovely Tony, husband, who decided to push me and said, Veronica, you always do a nursing agency for other people. Why can't you start your own business? I remember that was in 2008, and then bang goes 2009, there was a recession. And recession, it's a time for opportunity. People take advantage of that period of the time or those difficult times. So I ventured and opened a business called Oskia Staffing Agency. Initially, we started as a staffing agency, and then we grew into an Oskia group. How do we move this, Alex? So Oskia Group has 4 divisions. We have Oskia Staff. So it was founded in 2009, has 4 areas: Oskia Community, Oskia Disability and Mental Health, Oskia Training Organization, and Oskia Staffing Agency. So what is Oskia Community? So Oskia Community, we have funding from the federal government, and we look after the age population in Australia. So we have the home care package. Anyone above 65, we have the government-funded grants, and we look after this vulnerable group of individuals. We do offer personal care, nursing services, and other community access. We have the CHSP, that's the Commonwealth Home Support Program. We have funding in the home modification. So when I say home modification, a client will need some modification of their house, maybe a handrail, bathroom renovation, kitchen, because of some medical condition, they need some help. We have a respite center where the clients come over to a respite house to give their family members a break. We have a day center, so we take the age population out to enjoy time rather than them to be in a confined places. So we have a lot of activity in the community. And then we have the allied health. We have a group of occupational therapists, physiotherapists, podiatrists, speechy. We work with this community, the group of, the cohort of the age group. We support the vet group. So these are the ex-army, military, the servicemen. So we have funding from the federal government. And then we welcome the private clients who the income testing fee doesn't meet the following categories. So we support them too. The Oskia Disability Services, as you know, there's a lot of players in that area, which is great. Competition is great, and I love it. We started our NDIS when Western Australia started the rollover of the new NDIS. NDIS was new, and everyone didn't know how it was going to work. So Oskia was one of those early people when the block funding, because before the government just gave us a grant, and now it's a centered approach where the client have a choice and control of what sort of providers they want to use. So Oskia, we are a disability service provider. We have clients in the community. We encourage that. We work with the mental health clients, accommodation. We have a couple of houses. We look after these clients who need 24/7 service. And we work with the Insurance Commission of WA with people who have severe head injury and spinal cord injury. The other part of the business is the Oskia Training Organization. I believe in education. The key of everyone for success, you have to have that knowledge behind you. How can I give back to the community? I decided to open vocational education. That was in 2011. So we went through the strenuous audit process, and Oskia became an RTO. So RTO is the same thing in Kenya you call TVET, is governed by with ASQA in Australia. So we just got our registration as an international provider. So it's called CRICOS, and we can bring anyone around the globe to come to our college. The reason why I decided to open a college is not everyone can afford to go to the university. I'm sure Kenyans, you understand how hard it can be coming from that continent. and not everyone have the money to take the students to the uni. So I decided, how can I support those middle class to low class family members who want to experience what the rich experience overseas. So I opened the college. It is based in the city, Sterling City, Perth City in Sterling Street. That's the picture. That's our college. And to stretch my wings, I did open a college in Kenya, Mombasa, because I grew up in Mombasa. And I always believe you always start from the place which hold your hand. So Mombasa is my heart, and that's where I decided to open the college. So we do supply, train three courses: diplomas, advanced diplomas, and postgraduate. And some of the short courses, accredited and non-accredited courses. And this is my baby, Osare Staffing. It was the initial business I started in 2009 as a staffing agency. We have over 900 employees, from the clinical, registered nurses, enrolled nurses, support workers, allied health, and hospitality. Any skill set that can run an organization. Giving back to Kenya, I did a project. I like to test and take some risk. So during 2019-18, I started this project, and it was during the COVID. And I told myself, Veronica, you have to finish this project. I did finish a Georgia apartment. It's called Georgia. My daughter over there, that's her name of the apartment. We've sold 70%. It's 28 apartments with a penthouse. Only 9 remaining. So Kenyans who are interested to live in Mombasa, feel free to come and see me. I'll give you one of them. This is my college in Kenya. It is called Osare International College. It is based in Nyali, Epic Building. We are offering the Cert 3, and it's a pathway to come to Australia. So guys, when you're in Mombasa, feel free to come and visit Osare. Come and have a chat with me. And Kenyans, this is just the beginning of Veronica. I'm venturing into a nursing college. I'm in the process of getting registered as a nursing college. I'm getting audited as I speak right now. I'll be opening a nursing college in Mombasa in April. So I will be offering the diploma of nursing, this equivalent to the KMTC level. But you know KMTC is government, and sometimes you need to work with the department, with the government, but you know, some competition is great. So my first college is gonna be opening in April in Mombasa. The second one is gonna be in Kilifi, as I believe in the coastal region where I grew. And then I'll be venturing at the same time in Eldoret. So stay tuned. And that's about me. Thank you.
That's daring, isn't it? Yeah. Let's clap for Vero in the true spirit of daring abroad. And ladies and gentlemen, let's continue being interactive. I know you've taken so many photos. I know I'm the most photographed personality here. If I were to charge, just $5, I would go home rich. Yeah, but I like interacting with you people. I've really been photographed. And munitumie hata mimi munitag. Sioni mkinitag. So go to the hashtag daring abroad. Hashtag daring abroad. And the second hashtag is hashtag daring in Perth. So we are daring in Perth. Share your photo on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, but use those 2 hashtags. And my social media handles, I think, are all verified. You'll see a blue verification sign. Facebook, Twitter, and so on. We want to interact. So say something about the photo, something about, you may not share a photo, but say something. Is it about the food? Is it about BT Group? Is it about Vero? Is it about Optiven? Is it about Erentia? Is it about how I overdressed? Maybe I'll trend for overdressing. So let's interact, say something ahead of tomorrow. Remind your colleague that we still have another session tomorrow. Wow, we've never seen such an interactive session. Let's have Guri Build. Guri Build are our partners as well.
Welcome to Guri Build, your trusted partner in building dreams across borders. We are dedicated to helping people in diaspora build back home hassle-free. Our platform connects you with trusted professionals and guides you through every step of the construction process. With Guri Build, you enjoy customization of your home to your specific taste, preferences, and lifestyle. Flexibility in working within your budget. Quality control with approved and vetted experts building your house. How to sign up. First, register an account on our platform and create your project. Second, add basic information about your project and any inspiration for how you want your dream home to look. Third, get introduced to vetted and registered professionals who are registered and regulated by respective authorities. Fourth, work together with professionals to design and review your dream home, ensuring all details are perfect for your perfect home. Once designs are finalized, the appropriate authorities grant approval for the designs, including the Physical Planning Office, Public Health Office, NEMA, and NCA. Next, a digital contract is signed by all parties, and your dream home is officially under construction. Finally, after 6 to 8 months of watching your dream home being built, it's time for the exhilarating moment of handover. Experience the convenience and reliability of Guri Build. Contact us today to start building your dream home hassle-free no matter where you are in the world.
Great. So Guri Build, I think they connect you with the experts, with the players in the industry to give you peace of mind as you construct your home back home. The valuers, the developers, they do the maths for you. So that, and you can monitor with technology nowadays, you are building from scratch to the end. So that's the value of Guri Build and our partners as well. I forgot to mention something about Vero and Georgia Apartments. That building you saw, I saw it from the excavation, you know. Nichome. Yeah, she said every journey begins with a single step. Sijui machine ilikata, inaitwaje, sijui ya ku-excavate inaitwaje, I don't know. Ndio bulldozer ama ndio excavator. Haifanyi, tunangoja, nikafanya. So niliona ikiscoop mchanga wa kwanza. Tumefollow hiyo story naye, the foundation, and the family is here. Tony, I think you need to stand so that watu wakuone. Tony, Vero's family and the kids, I've seen them grow. And wana compete, Tony. Let's clap for Tony. Yeah. Tony was there in gumboots, you know, sweating na mchanga na amejua Kiswahili kidogo, anapenda nyama choma ya Kenya. Thank you sana, Tony. And this is to announce that Vero has some raffle. Yes. Yes. So at her stand, go there, just see what you can get there, and I think the winners will be known on Tuesday. Participate, you can get details from her, what the raffle is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I don't want to tire you. We've tried. Let's have a final session, and I'll moderate, and I'm gonna make it only 20 minutes. So our panelists, Patrick, guide me. Unity Homes, if they are not here quickly. Then Pazurina, if they are not here. Joseph, I can see you. Patrick, we'll have 20 minutes, and then we wind up and interact with our sponsors. I wish Patrick guide me further. Ametoka nje. My phone went dead. I had my script in the phone. So our panelists in the real estate, and we'll get to hear more from the floor than ourselves. Patrick, help me on the panelists. George, I know nimewatoa kwa stands, nataka tumalize. And George, I'll really rush you, 20 minutes. I know you're a good speaker. Hebu tuanze na wewe, karibu. You want to jump onto your seat? Hii ndio sekta watu wanataka sana kuuliza maswali. Wanasema against all odds, is it? And the winners are going to get kitabu ambacho kimesainiwa. So allow me to announce the winners quickly as we get our final guests. So you want to come with the gifts or announce first? You want to come to front? Great. So I don't know, but the first winner or one of the winners is Shiro Ryunga. Shiro? Where's Shiro? Shiro. She's not here. Her number is here. Or who wants to receive the award for Shiro? Come. Are you Shiro? Okay. Yeah. And online, I know you're following us. So first, congratulations to Shiro. Well done. Yeah. Against all odds, Emily shares her story, and I remember featuring her on Daring Abroad. Amazing how you can rise from ashes like the phoenix. What's the you know the phoenix? There's something like that. Rising from the ashes like the phoenix. Hata wewe ujui. Ukumbuki? Daktari, doctor. Then you also listen to yes. By the way, ask George, business is tough. In general, we don't have time to share our. You see Alex Chamada, the reporter, but it's Alex Chamada, the entrepreneur, who has also seen hell. I was called 10 million shillings and I borrowed from someone, invested in sugar. Little did I know that I'm only good at producing documentaries and announcing as a journalist. Sugar, achia when you wanajua kufanya, kwa sababu you don't know. I was called and really it was nasty. I had to reshape myself and do what I'm doing. So, biashara si rahisi. Okay, sorry, I'm a storyteller. Fanis Imani, this is my home name. Fanis Imani. Imani must be from my county, Vihiga. Imani, Fanis, okay, we'll call her, or someone can pick the award for her. Okay, anybody? Fanis Imani. Registered nurse, Fanis Imani. Yeah, let's clap for Fanis. She's taking her yes. And finally, wow, this is amazing. You will be shocked where this person will be, stepping out from. Joseph Njoroge. Yeah. Joseph, well done. Well done. I put on another shoe. We've talked, and this is going to be 20 minutes, I assure you. You are very good at summarizing. Yeah, meet Mr. Joseph Njoroge from Pazurina Holiday Homes. You saw their clips. Azmina from Unity Homes. Well done, Azmina. I've been to Tatu City. I've seen your houses. And George Washiuri, you made me an advertiser yesterday and I failed terribly. Yeah, ulinichomea. So, how and why should we trust you? I want to just go straight to what people wanted to know. Si ni kweli mmechomeka? Ama ninadanganya? Not just real estate, sijui sekta gani nini, maploti, but these partners or our partners are here to hear from you. And the first question I think is really about trust. Optivate, how and why should we trust you?
Well, thank you, Alex. And we are very humbled to be here and to share with our people, both Kenyans and those who are friends of Kenya, why people should invest in Kenya. Kenya is a beautiful country. And of course, Optiven, we have been there for 24 years. Personally, I have done 15 businesses that collapsed. I've done Kahaya, I was auctioned. Tours and travel collapsed. Optiven is the 16th business. So I have gone through depression. At one point, I had different shoes. You know, I discovered at 3 p.m. that when I went to the washroom, the shoes were different. I knew for sure I was surely now you're becoming mad. So I discovered I was under depression. Why? I had lost entire money. I had saved. I was working for UNICEF. I saved 5 million. And I was telling people, this is the time to start business. And that money went with one transaction. And after that, it took me 1 year. I closed the office. My office was a park called the Hulu Park. I was there with my Bible, a notebook, and a pen. That's how the foundation was born. I told God, if you restore me, one of the things I will do, I'll never be proud. Number 2, I'll be giving my resources to the less fortunate. Number 3, I'll be able to create opportunities for many Kenyans because for 1 year, I had no job. And then I said, since now God has restored me, and Optiven has now become big. We are 600 employees working for Optiven. We said, no Kenyan will ever lose money. As if the devil was healing. We did a partnership with a partner, and we were doing greenhouse project. Optiven bought 200 acres, put the water, the road infrastructure, and we were dancing. Our customers are going to get money. The partner was getting money for greenhouses. 500 customers paid money. Was about 200 million Kenya shillings. It was scam. The time I discovered I got sick, the stomach was full of water. You know, I was stressed. Over COVID, I said, now Optiven is dying. I'm going back to Nyeri, where I come from. But I said, wait a minute. We have 600 employees. Where would they go? Me, I go back to Nyeri. Where are these people going? I got some boldness. I went to Equity Bank and I asked them, I have messed up. Give me a working capital for 200 million. I want to pay back money that never came to us. That money went to somebody else. And you can Google it. It's on the online. So I was asked by the bank, are you crazy? You have been conned? How? Of course, it's a long story. I've authored a book called After the Pledge. The copies are over. They are sold out. But over COVID, we paid every single customer back their money. That means if we make a mistake, that mistake does not come to you. If we sell you land today, we are selling Vipingo. We are selling Nakuru. We are selling Nanyuki. If we mess up, you are sure your money is back.
But
I'm the only CEO, before you talk,
yes,
that works in Nairobi without security. I can go to Rubanot, I can go to Gikoba without turning. You know why? I've never conned a single soul money, so I don't need security. But that's the company you're dealing with.
But Dr. even the saved ones backslide. The saved ones backslide.
They say that you can be determined by your trades. That is the only transaction that we have defrauded people. We bought land in Kantafu. People have bought, they are building. It was discovered, had another title.
Great.
And then we have to buy it again. Buying land twice. I don't know whether Dr. Shaka is here. Even him bought land twice. So that is Optiven that we are dealing with. So today if you sign up, please go and sleep. Add another blanket. Yeah. Your money is safe.
Yeah, I know. And Dr. is almost pushing us out of the stage. Be stable. You better be stable. Otherwise, you'll land the other side. Azmina.
Fire right here.
While at it, I think what we should be asking, and as you answer, you speak for yourself, why we should trust Unity Homes is, so how do we identify the credible and the bad, many people are gullible. How do I know that now Optiven, Unity, what? How? I'm in Australia. Siwezi kujua, nitajuaje nani genuine? Our genuinity is not written on the faces, is it? How do we know?
Thank you, everyone. I'm not a motivational speaker like Dr. So I don't have those metaphors of magic kwa sijui tumbo, and I don't know all that. Anyways, that was a great speech. What I can tell you about Unity is when we started our projects, and this is something different that we are doing from many developers out there, we started as an equity company, meaning that when we started our projects, we bought the land ourselves, and we had the money to build at least half of that development before somebody comes and deposits with us. So that meant the money that the clients were buying to, let's say, for example, they were buying row A, B, C, we already had the money to build row A, B, and C. So when you were paying for a house in row A, you were technically paying for a house to build in row D, E, F, somewhere there. So that is how we are slightly different from many developers out there. Another thing I can tell you is Unity Homes, we never charge our properties. That means, I don't know if you people know, but this is education now. If you are going to buy a house or land or something, you should always do your due diligence. With us, we actually have a link of our due diligence documents. You can have a lawyer from your side, and they will ask us all the questions they need to know for them to give you a go-ahead to buy that property. So with Unity Homes, when we are sending you an introductory email, at the same time, we are sending you a link to the due diligence documents so that you don't have to ask for it. So your lawyer will go through that link, and if there's anything missing there, they can directly communicate with our in-house lawyer, and they will get all the documents that they want. So in regards to charging the property, the lawyers will always go and do a search on that property. If there is a charge on that property, they will find out. So what happens with many developers, when they buy that land, they charge it, they give it to a bank, and they borrow money. So now they're selling you a house they're building on land that does not belong to them. That means that even after finishing, and they've given you your house, you will not be able to register your lease until and unless they've finished paying the bank and they've got their title deed back. So that is not what happens with us. Immediately you buy a house and you've completed making payments, you pay 100%. When we've delivered the house to you, your lease process starts immediately. And within the next 30 to 60 days, we already have your lease registered, and you're absolutely done with us.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
Let's clap for Azmina. Yeah, for like a real analyst and expert, thank you for taking us through the stages. So that was a new addition to the discussion. Now, Joseph Njoroge now is from land, you know. Again, I've heard from them, I'm not me, I'm just a messenger. They're saying, sasa land ndio kuna maneno. Hata afadhali nyumba. Sijui kama ni ukweli. Yani land sasa. So from your experience, again, how do we trust Pazurina, and how are you different from the rest, and what can help? Because confidence had gone down from among Kenyans in the diaspora investing in land in Kenya. What should we do?
There are quite a number of things I think all of us should apply. Number one is to know who you are dealing with, because there are many people who are selling land. There are hundreds of them. So I think you people, you should try to dig deeper about a history of someone. Like for myself, I'm about 40 years. What have I been doing from age 20 to now? So you can get that history. I've been in the insurance industry for all those years, and we are among the, we still have that insurance agency, and we are among the most respected insurance agency in Kenya. We've worked with the top 10 insurance companies, and they have trusted us to hold a lot of money for them. So you can get good history from them. So any real company that comes to sell to you, find out it is not about the company, it is about the person, the people behind the company. That is number one. Number two, use good lawyers. Because there are times we use lawyers who are not ready to dig deeper. Their work is just to work with the papers. For us, we encourage you to use a lawyer who can be able to go to the village and find out from the neighbors. What Mr. Washori has mentioned has happened to many of us. The first project we did in Diani, we bought 4 acres, and they were stolen land. So we bought, subdivided, and sold to a number of people. After a few months, we received letters from the owner of that land. And guess what happened? I was being searched, I looked, said they were searching for me all over. And at that time I was in Nairobi. I was called down to Mombasa to answer what is happening. The land is stolen. But we were able to buy the land the second time. And what we discovered from that, because we used to receive a number of customers. The first one we got was from China, a Kenyan living and working in China, who came to our office, and after she told us she's ready to buy, she started crying. And she was asking, yes, I have the cash. She had cash money. Yes, I have the money here, and I have lost 3 times. This is the third time. I've never gotten a genuine land. Am I going to lose this money? And when I saw her crying, I told myself, we have to be very careful here. And what we decided is to be saving some money because of that bad incident which can come in any time. But we are telling you, investing in Kenya, it's a bit risky, but the returns are very high. So we are also risky. So we also encourage you to risk, but do it in a very wise way.
Okay, one lesson I've learned while dealing with the developers and land, the real sector, the land sector is, for example, land, buy where I think there is already a title. Usinunue ukiambiwa title itakuja baadaye. Yeah, so kuna wale ambao they're selling you what they have, not what they don't have. The sector is not regulated. Why? Joseph, I may be wrong, but are you people regulated? Who regulates you?
I think what is happening now is that we people in real estate, we have a registered organization called the RESA, Real Estate Stakeholders Association, whereby we are regulating ourselves. We have a website right there, and we have been having a lot of people complaining, and once they complain, we go to that particular company and tell them, please refund money back. We have supported about 8 companies that we had complaints from the public. And all the real estate in Kenya, we are telling them, you can be able to join this real estate. Right now, there's a bill in Parliament. They want to say that every person who deals with the land, you must deposit 500 million with the government so that if something happens, people can be paid back. We are discussing that kind of a bill because it's too high, because out of the 16,000 companies that sell land, not many, 90% cannot afford 500 million. Maybe your friend can afford, but how many companies can afford? And these companies offer employment. So right now we are doing self-regulation, but we are asking the government, because I know they are watching, that let's not do that 500 million bill. We can maybe do 50, we can do 100, so that our people are also secure. So, and of course now with the digitization of the registry, these kind of fraud are going to reduce, because nowadays you can be able to do a QR code, you can search your land, and about 50% of registries have done it, 50% have not done it, and I'm happy that the new Minister of Lands, Major General Nixon Koril, is also pushing to ensure that we do digitization across.
So digitization is working. It's going to help solve some of these problems.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah, Martin, I know you are looking at me. Martin from Adelaide, you are in real estate in Australia. So that's the last point we are coming to before we wind up. Are there any lessons we can pick from Australia in a very summarized way? You are young enough to jump onto the microphone. Yeah. What can we learn from Australia?
Sorry, guys, I'm going to be tough on you a little bit, but I think what I've seen with the majority of the guys doing this sort of business in Kenya is they're taking too much that they're not able to bite. So what I've seen, or what I've learned from here is, so first and foremost, here we go to uni, or like you have to go to a uni for, say, maybe like for 4 years, you can study a course in real estate. Or else you can do a diploma for 2 years. If not, then you can be able to do a certificate. And then out of the certificate, you have about 6 months experience of practice. And then after that, before you start the practice itself, now after you've done like the placement, you still have to do licensing. Just like with nurses. I think we have many nurses here. You guys normally do APRA. It's the same with real estate. Where I am from, there is real estate. It's called RESA. It gets to regulate that. That's number 1 point. Then on top of that, you find, I could be a real estate company, but like myself, I'm registered for commercial in South Australia. I cannot do business. I cannot do residential. In Kenya, you find everybody's doing almost everything. Then on top of that, I find when it comes to money aspect, I can come to you for the money, but whereas in South Australia, you're going to find, or maybe even here, you're going to deal with a mortgage broker. Or you're going to deal with the banks. Again, these ones are heavily regulated. One thing that I did find with here, they do have something we call trust accounts. If I get to deposit money, say like I want to buy this parcel of land, Washiori cannot be able to access that money until all the lawyers or the solicitors, they have advised the go-ahead. They have a software for it. If my solicitor agrees, your solicitor agrees, that's the only time that money can come from that trust account into your account. And that account is normally audited on a yearly basis by a certified auditor. We have only one certified auditor in South Australia who is a Kenyan, Kimani Nganga. That's the only one that does that sort of a thing. Then another thing that I normally find is property management. Property management is a cost by itself. It's not real estate as in like per se, like I'm selling land. If I'm selling land, that's its own cost. Then property management, on the other hand, once you get to do, you can do both. If you do a diploma, you can be able even to represent, say maybe a tenant is not paying, I need to take them to the tribunal. Si la mambo ya Kenya unakuta, sometimes mlango wako inakuja inachomelewa with the real estate person. Here you cannot be able to do that. So, back to you guys, as in, there's so much you can be able to do, and on top of that, nilikuwa na paraphrase tu swali moja hapo. Are you guys, do you have insurances? Do you have indemnity? Insurance and things like that? Yeah. Thank you.
Do you have insurance as a indemnity?
Yes, in our leases, we do have insurance. We insure the houses. So when our client is buying, there's a clause in our lease that insures the house.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you. You've seen a few lessons that it boils down to regulation, also training. For Kenya, it seems it's free for all, that after Alex Chamada is tired with the media production, can buy some parcels of land in Kajiado and start selling. But you've mentioned there's a bill coming up and you are self-regulating at the moment. It's a good start. Allow me to pick only two short questions and not statements. If there are no questions, I think we are satisfied. But are there any questions? Yes, one there. I can't get a lady for gender balance. Okay, so sawa. So let me begin from behind there. Your name and the quick question. Then the gentleman here, and we wind up. A microphone, who can help us here? Well done, ladies and gentlemen. I like how you are.
Thank you. Yeah. Can you hear me? My name is Ken. I just wanted to ask a question. So if I'm an investor and I buy land from you, and I want to fund that using Kenyan banks, what is your relationship with Kenyan banks where I am involved in trying to develop the property? And then what is the relationship with me developing the property and you assisting? What is that financial service that you offer to us so that we are able to develop the property? Thank you.
Yeah, just hold the microphone for the other gentleman. Who wants to take that question?
Well, thank you. We at Optiven, we have an MOU with two banks. One of them is Equity Bank and the KCB. And for Equity Bank, if you want to buy, say for example, to buy Ocean View Ridge Vipingo, for example, have an acre at 7.9 million, you use the same title for Optiven to be charged by the bank, and then they give you 90%. You only need to show cost that you can be able to raise 10%. And then for us at Optiven, you have a whole legal department. They will do the paperwork for you, so yours is only the phone. How far is it? If you want to build, you have a very vibrant building organization called Optiven Homes. They build for you. We do the BOQ for you. We have architects, and we're able to run with it. So we have a partnership already, and in case you're not able to pay the bank, we have given a bagger guarantee of buying back. We can buy back your property. And I've done this with many diasporian people out there in the world, and a lot of them are now building in Kitengela, they are building in Nakuru, they are building in Nanyuki, because we have a partnership with two financial institutions. So it is possible. If you want more details, you can see me out there. We can be able to walk the journey with you.
You can see George outside there. Azimina, briefly.
So Unity Homes, we have an MOU with Absa Bank and NCBA. We want to bring Stanbic Bank on board as well, but it hasn't happened as yet. With these two banks, especially Absa, we've partnered with them. We are currently giving KMRC mortgages, which is Kenya Mortgage Refinance Company. This is affordable mortgage at the lending rate of 9.5%. which is backed by the government and the World Bank. So once you decide that you want to come and buy a house, you come and choose a unit, they will do their due diligence on their part. Once they've confirmed you're on board, there's a percentage they will finance, and the balance you will have to pay, and you're on board. That's it.
Yes, we are working with NCBA. Also, for those people who are ready to build, NCBA are now looking at if you can do the main structure, just the pillars and the slabs, they'll be able to finance and finish the building for you. We are also working with equity, where you can be financed up to 90%.
Thank you. My name is Joseph Nyemba. It's sort of a related question. So the first part of it regarding the safety in terms of the investment, is it safer to buy through the bank? That is, if the bank is going to be lending 90% of the capital to do the property, is that safer? Because I'm assuming the bank will do their due diligence, because they are the ones who stand to lose more. And second part is the 90% land, is that just for Kenyan citizens, or if you are Australian citizen, does that also apply? Is it 90% land loan to value ratio? Thank you.
Okay, great. Quickly, as those should be by final remarks.
Thank you for your question. So far with KMRC, which is the affordable mortgage, Absa Bank have informed us that it is only Kenyans who qualify. However, you can qualify for the normal mortgage. The normal mortgage with the banks is at the rate of like about 15 to 18%. So you can go for that one as well. So it's either, depending on your credibility. They do a background check also. They independently get in touch with your employer. So they ask all the relevant questions, and then they come back to you and advise you if you qualify or you're not.
Wow.
Okay, I can also add there, Joseph, we also have an arrangement for some of our projects, because as a foreigner, you cannot buy freehold land, but you can buy leasehold, the one for 99 years. So we are selling our project in Mombasa, Ocean View Ridge by Optiven. We are selling Sudanese, Congolese, Rwandese, Zims. We call you Zims. We call you Zimbabweans, Zims. So you can be able to get in touch with me, and you can get the same 90%, but you'll be able to do some due diligence, because some of these banks are across the region. So yes, it is possible, it's doable, but only by what is leasehold, not freehold. Freehold is left for Kenyans. Huko mashambani, lakini sasa hii ya kudevelop, yes, you can talk to us. He's talking about the risk. Is it safer to buy with the bank? I would say yes, but more expensive. You can either come to Optiven, buy through bank, or we give you installment up to 1 year. So the choice is here. But the safest is, as Jeroga was saying, or my sister here is saying, who are you buying from? The reason why I lost my 5 million is because I contracted a company that was fresh, and it was 1 year old. Look for companies that are there for 20 years, 10 years, 15 years, 5 years, so that you are sure, and visit their office. Do they have an office? Come check. Optiven, are you in the office? Check on the line. Who is this Optiven? Go online. Check. Who is George Washuri? Who is this Dr. George Washuri? Nani? Angaria. Don't just pay your money. And once you do that, I can tell you, you're going to thrive. And for us, we do mentorship for people who want to invest. You can be able to join us on mentorship, under George Washuri mentorship. You can ask all the questions. We are here for you. Alex brought us here for a reason. Please, even if you have a question that you think is not very good, please come and ask us. We are ready to answer any question. The only question you don't answer is whether we are selling bank. We don't sell bank.
Please check.
And I think Alex has visited all our sites, and he's been there himself, yeah? That's the reason why he's sitting here right next to us.
Yes, for us, I would encourage you, if we can have a negotiation with you. We can do 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, or even more. It's better than going to the bank. And that's what even Chamwada, when he bought from us, we did. He bought over a period of time. And I think that is the best and easiest for you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we come to the end of this session. Thank you. Very valuable contributions. But for me, the take home is do your due diligence. So Washuri will come, Daktari will come, Azmina will come, I will come, I'll say I bought, Joseph will come, but have you done your due diligence, you know? And many of you, I'm told, they were telling me, you're no longer just using friends, relatives, and so on. Use professionals, liaise with the developers or the real estate sectors. They can link you up with the professional. Who are the people? Valuers, what? Lawyers, you know, how wote, yeah, usitegemee tu ndugu yako ambaye atakurusha. Sawa. On that note, can you clap for us? Tusimame. Let's stand, okay. That's not enough. Clap for us. So this is just the beginning. I know we are meeting again tomorrow kwa nyama choma. Na choma sasa mtaninunulia sasa. Leo nimenunua, si ndio? Sasa kesho mimi mtaninunulia hiyo choma. Nimeshukuru sana. Let's clap for them as they step aside. Which side they're using. And then winding up with the vote of thanks. Yeah, ladies first, and then prayer, and interact with our investors more. I think we have a little more time. What's the time now? 5. Eh? Yes, so we have about half an hour to interact more. Collins, can you give us a vote of thanks? And then I think I'll need a volunteer for a prayer. Collins is outside. Ladies and gentlemen, sir, be patient. We've done very well so far. Let's have vote of thanks from Collins, then a word of prayer. Allow to endere. We hey. To endere. Vote of thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for your patience today. I know that it's been a long day, but we would like to thank you for everything that you've done. First of all, I'd like to thank all the attendees. I know life is busy here with everything that we do, but you've sacrificed your time to be here, to attend this event, and without you, we wouldn't have an event, so thank you so much. Secondly, I'd like to thank Alex and the Champs Media team. They are the most hardworking team I've ever seen. You know, when it comes to production and everything that they do, you know, you might be talking to them now. If please come. You know, you might be talking to them now. They are dealing with a team in the US. Tonight, Saturday night, they've also got a program on NTV. They still have to edit that and making sure that it's there. They are planning for Adelaide next week. But you know, even that time, you can actually just feel there with you. So the Champs Media team, please, Edison and Rick, yeah, they are a hard-working team, and there's a whole team behind them. You know, there's a whole team behind them. But I'd like to thank you for everything that you do, and also the representation that we do. You know, you always tell positive stories. You always tell positive stories about what happens in the diaspora. You don't just... if there's an organization in Kenya that doesn't sell clickbait, it's them. So as a Kenya-Australia Chamber of Commerce, we'd like to just thank them, and we say that they are the ideal partner for us to work with and making sure that we tell a good story about Australia. Then we'd like to thank all the sponsors and the attendees. I've been told that to the sponsors, we have to ask for a special discount for Perth. And all the sponsors say they've got a special discount for us, you know, in everything that we do. But in all real sense, we wouldn't put someone before you that we didn't check ourselves and we didn't invest on with ourselves. So all the sponsors that have come, I know of, I've either personally invested with them or I know of someone who is a personal friend that has invested with them. So they are trusted and we trust them. Thank you so much. They are still here mostly until Wednesday. So if they ask you for your details, take them out for dinner, take them out for a coffee. You know, go and listen to them a little bit more, grill them a little bit more, try and understand a bit more. So they are still here. Please organize, meet them, show them around, show them what Western Australia is all about so that next year they can come again. There are sponsors who came and the ones who couldn't make it. You know, some of the sponsors who couldn't make it and they will make to the other states. we'll try and convince Alex to tell them that as they are leaving Australia, they should pass by here, and we still see them. We know there's a big group behind it. So we'd like to thank them. Some of them, due to travel restrictions and other things or delays in confirmations, they did not come. So we'd also like to thank the sponsors who did not make it. We also want to thank the Kenyan community in Western Australia for all the cooperation. Guys, today it was about us just getting to know about business. Tomorrow, it's about us enjoying ourselves in our culture day. So this is not the end. Tomorrow, bring your children, bring everyone. Bring your grandparents, Some of you who have gotten married to Australians, bring everyone so that we can show them what Kenyan culture is all about. Let's come, enjoy ourselves, and in the process, let's sell some things together. We're going to be at Choma Zone, enjoying Jomo's meat. I understand Jomo, is it ready? Yes. So tomorrow we are going to Choma and enjoy everything that's going to happen. But also the sponsors will also be there. So we'd like to thank them as well. And last but not least, we want to thank the Esplanade Hotel for the good service that they've given us. This is the first of many. We thank you all. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Amazing. Kilicho na mwanzo hakikosi kuwa na mwisho, na kufikia hapo ndipo tunapofikia